Welcome back to Recap It. Today we are going to recap a 2014 rom-com movie titled Two Night Stand. Alec and Megan meet on a dating service and agree to a one-night stand. However, a big snowstorm forces them to learn a few things about themselves. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? Our story opens with Megan, a young woman, waking up next to Alec, her one-night stand. She gets dressed quickly after that and hurriedly writes him a note before leaving. When she tries to open the door, though, the alarm goes off. To avoid embarrassment, she throws the message in the trash and returns to bed before Alec wakes up. Megan recalls creating a dating profile in the past to meet men. Fiza, her roommate, enters to inform her of the overdue bills. Fiza is filling in for Megan because she is unemployed. Despite the fact that Megan is looking for work, she is yet to get recruited. Fiza unexpectedly asks her to a birthday celebration with her and her boyfriend, Cedric. But she's only bringing her because she wants to hook up with some boys. Megan runs across her ex-fiancé, Chris, as she is preparing to enter the club late at night. Regrettably, she discovers that he has completely forgotten about her. She decides to skip the party in order to relax at home because she is feeling gloomy. Megan sifts through the potential hookup options at home. Despite the fact that the most of them are not her type, she is motivated by the fact that Chris now has a girlfriend. She immediately starts messaging males to see if they want to have sex with her. Fortunately, she manages to video chat with a strange guy before coming over to check out his place. They get along well, despite the fact that they are both new to hooking up. Alec wakes up in the present to see Megan fully dressed next to him. Megan takes advantage of the moment to look through his belongings, then sets his alarm to ring in the next few minutes, despite turning off the alarm and going back to sleep. Alec is awoken by the alarm after a time. Regardless, she informs him that she must depart. Alec, on the other hand, questions whether she's telling the truth about him being her first one-night stand. As a result, Megan responds defensively, claiming that he is extremely judgmental. Megan eventually tries to leave his residence. She also discovers that there is a blizzard outside, which is preventing her from opening the front door. When Alec comes downstairs by chance, he attempts unsuccessfully to open the door for her. Following that, Megan and Alec watch a weather news report recommending people to stay inside due to the impending snowstorm. Despite this, Megan tries to contact Fiza for him, but she's preoccupied with Cedric. As a result, she chooses to have breakfast with Alec. They're compelled to get along because they're stuck together. He advises that they forget they had sex to make her feel better. She appears to agree to get to know him better if he doesn't ask her any offensive questions. Megan becomes irritated by how loudly he plays ping pong after a time. Alec notices that Megan has clogged the toilet, but he doesn't realize it since she ripped a page from a book about the types of girls you meet online. As a result, she tries to fix it on her own, only to be told to leave it alone by Alec. He then asks if she wants to go high, and despite her initial denial, she agrees. Alec discovers that Megan was formerly a pre-med student late at night. Her sadness, though, has caused her to slip behind. He works at a bank and is a member of Alec. They then discuss their childhoods, discovering that they had comparable experiences. Megan and Alec are attempting to repair the bathroom a few hours later. So they go over to his neighbor's house and ask if they can borrow a plunger. Since everyone has gone home for the holidays, Megan and Alec appear to be the only ones left in the building. As a result, Alec proposes breaking into his next-door neighbor's flat via a fire escape. Megan and Alec climb through the roof to the fire escape a few minutes later. They discover, however, that the window is frozen shut. Megan becomes enraged and destroys the window with a broken, which enrages Alec because he will be held responsible. Alec tries to tape the window shut afterward, but Megan refuses to apologize for what she did. When he arrives at Alec's place, he finds the ripped paper and manages to unclog the toilet. Despite this, he tries to apologize to her for hurting her feelings. He then asks if she lied to him the night before, but she denies it. Determined that, since they'll probably never see each other again after this blizzard, they should be entirely honest with each other about sex in order to be better people for their future lovers. They should be completely honest with each other about sex. After that, they listen in for the weather report, when they learn that the blizzard is still raging. Megan then heads to the bathroom to take a shower. Megan suggests that they have sex again an hour later. She wants them to put what they've learned into practice after they've received feedback from each other. Alec, ostensibly following her orders, begins to make out with her. She then slowly undresses, precisely as he instructed. They experiment in bed with each other for the entire night. Finally, they're taken aback by how enjoyable the encounter was. Megan and Alec wake up hungry the next morning. They discover, however, that there is no food left in the fridge because they have consumed all of it while high. As a result, Alec seeks to work out a solution for Megan. As a result, he prepares a big lunch for her. He chooses to take his neighbor's food for her, it turns out. She tells him about her ex-fiancé, Chris, while they're eating. She went to medical school in order to be close to him in college. He allegedly cheated on her, resulting in their breakup. He assures her that he's been through similar experiences and that he understands her. He then tells her that Chris is extremely unlucky to have lost a girl like her. When Megan walks into his closet looking for a sweater to wear, she discovers that it is full with women's stuff, including Daisy, Alec's ex-girlfriend. He doesn't give her a clear answer when she asks if she's still in his life. Megan gets dressed to go, disgusted, while learning that Daisy was supposed to arrive this afternoon, but her flight was cancelled due to the blizzard. Megan tries to leave because it appears to have come to a halt. However, he informs her that Daisy intends to leave him nonetheless. Megan, on the other hand, has no idea how to deal with being the other woman. Alec tries to persuade Megan not to leave his flat while she is leaving. He's developing feelings for her despite the fact that they've only been dating for a few days. Megan, on the other hand, has made up her mind and squeezes herself through the front door. Megan returns home to find Faiza and Cedric having sex on her couch a short time later. She doesn't seem to be bothered by it. She then retires to her room in order to erase her online dating profile. Daisy, on the other hand, shows up at Alec's flat to discuss. Alec agrees, and she hands him the note she left him, as well as Megan's note. As a result, they both accuse one another of being disloyal, but Alec assures her that it's fine if they're not the proper match. He asks if she's ever faked an orgasm with him before she leaves. Her silence is, of course, the answer. Faiza notifies Megan that she and Cedric want her to move out a few hours later. She tells them, depressed, that she only came to New York for Chris and that she has nothing left in the city. Alec is attempting to call the website's customer support in order to obtain Megan's last name. Unfortunately, unless he's a cop, the woman refuses to provide him crucial information. As a result, a thought occurs to him. Megan spends her final New Year's Eve in their flat with Faiza. Despite her dissatisfaction, she remains silent during the gathering. She then runs across Ben, a former biology classmate. The cops come in and arrest Megan for breaking and entering while they're catching up. Megan is presented with the note she wrote for Alec at the police station, and the cop informs her that it was discovered in the neighbor's flat. She apparently begins to ramble about how Alec is framing her for his crime, and she doesn't make much sense because she's inebriated. Regrettably, she will be spending the majority of the night in a detention cell. She refuses bail when she discovers that she has been granted bail. Meanwhile, Alec is making every effort to speak with Megan before the countdown begins. However, he misses it now that visiting hours are finished. When Faiza and Cedric learn about Megan's incarceration, they decide to bail her out. Alec is standing in front of her with flowers, much to her astonishment. Despite his attempts to explain to her that he broke up with Daisy for her, Megan is more enraged by the fact that she would be spending the night in a detention cell. He then begs her to give him another chance, despite the fact that they had only spent 2 nights together. She only agrees to accept his phone number. So she'll give him a call when she's ready to forgive him. Megan, on the other hand, recognizes that she can't be upset with him for too long after he goes. She dials his number, irritated, to critique his speech, only to find him waiting for her outside. Alec apologizes the entire way home for putting her in jail after they passionately kiss. And this where movie comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, as always until next time.